Hey, it's me, Abby P. What up, my people? If you're new to my channel, hi, nice to meet you. I'm a Filipino that was born in the Philippines, but I grew up in the US and I've been living in South Korea for 6 years now. So I've watched other YouTubers make videos on this topic, and I also got some messages from fellow Filipinos asking me to talk about this topic. I took my time to organize my thoughts, and now I am ready to give my perspective as a Filipino who also knows about Korean culture. And my channel also talks a lot about culture as well, so I thought this was a very appropriate topic. Cancel Korea was started by Filipinos in response to racist and ignorant comments by some Koreans on a Filipino TikToker's post. So in response to that, Filipinos started posting on Twitter, mainly posts showing their pride and also asking for Koreans to apologize. So the reason why Koreans got offended in the first place was because this TikToker had a rising sun tattoo, a symbol of Imperial Japan, which is a very triggering symbol for many Koreans. And for me personally, from living here in Korea, I could feel how strongly many Koreans felt or feel against Japan and Japanese symbols like that. And as a teacher that has worked in Korean schools, even young students in elementary school have some kind of reaction anytime Japan is brought up, or like the Japanese flag or Japanese symbols. Even when I do things like watch anime here in Korea, some Koreans will point out things that I wouldn't have even given a second thought about. For example, not many of my fellow Americans might even know this, but you guys know Tanjiro from Kimetsu no Yaiba, Demon Slayer? His earrings, also a Japanese symbol that can be triggering, which was why the design was changed in some countries in Asia. Now, from a Filipino's perspective, Korea and other countries have to understand also that the Philippines was also under Japanese rule, and Filipinos have suffered in many of the same ways that Koreans have suffered under this Japanese rule. Our histories are similar in that way, but also the Philippines was colonized by Spain for 300 plus years and then colonized by the US, in addition to being colonized by Japan. So both countries have suffered so much, and I'm not here to try to prove who had it worse, because that's not the point here and it doesn't help anything. So what is the point? The point is that sadly, racism does still exist in this world. And we can see from other big movements like Black Lives Matter that it is important to be vocal and active about these issues for things to change. And I can understand the feelings of Filipinos from seeing these hurtful comments from Koreans. Filipinos love Korean culture, like K-pop, Korean dramas, movies, food. The Philippines has contributed so much to the Korean economy with just like the media and things like that alone. I have so many Filipino subscribers who love Korean culture and are learning Korean. You just have to stop and think how hurtful it could be to receive such hate from something that you give so much love to. Being a YouTuber and like an online public figure, I know what it feels like to receive racist and ignorant comments from strangers who don't even know me. They do hurt, they have affected me, and I've even snapped back on some occasions, you know, or the best thing is to just block these people. So everything that has happened with this whole entire situation, we have responded with our very human emotions and responses, because we are all merely human, right? Koreans to a triggering symbol, and Filipinos to hateful comments. And this is gonna sound really cliche, but I do believe that you shouldn't fight negativity with more negativity. I talked about a very similar thing in my growing up Filipino American video. I said that those who treat other races badly or say negative things about other races have unfortunately only had bad experiences with that race, or maybe they've even had no experiences with that race and are just saying these things from what they've seen or heard from other people or from, you know, other sources. It isn't until they've been given love or warmth or something even small but memorable for them to change their perspective on that race or on those people. And I found in my experience that that is usually the case. Again, from my previous video, I talked about a Taiwanese guy that said racist things about Filipinos like all the time. But then later he changed and apologized after he grew to know the warmth of Filipino people. And then there was a case in the US of a white guy who removed his I think it was a Nazi tattoo. He had that removed or actually covered up. And he pretty much stopped being racist after years of working with other people of color, of other cultures, who showed him kindness and warmth and made him change his perspective. Okay, and then there are those hopeless cases who are just plain hateful and ignorant, and there's nothing that we can do anything for. Unfortunately, the reality is that there's always gonna be those hateful, stupid, ignorant people in the world too. Like, no matter what we do. Those Koreans that made those hateful and ignorant comments about Filipinos in the Philippines, they are 100%, without a doubt, no hesitation, wrong, okay? Obviously. But how about instead of wasting any more time on them or spewing more hate about your experiences with rude Koreans, instead, how about we focus on things that are actually productive and helpful. And this means promoting more of Filipino culture and the beauty of the Philippines and the Filipino people. Like, stream more OPM, Filipino artists, share more about Filipino movies and media and P-pop, like Philippines pop, you know? Cook Filipino food for your friends who have never tried Filipino food or who love Filipino food and feed their love even more. Support more Filipino businesses. You know, it's very similar to what others have been doing with the Black Lives Matter movement. Let the Filipino pride grow even more and support your fellow Filipinos versus putting any more focus on this Korea versus Philippines battle. It's useless and unproductive. As for the Cancel Korea hashtag, many Koreans in Korea already know about it, and it is a topic that is being discussed on like Korean blogs and on Naver, which is the like Korean Google. So Koreans know, and there are those that have already made their videos sharing their perspective and giving their apologies. So we need to think more about our goals with this movement now that it is underway. Like, what do we really hope to achieve with this movement? What are the goals that we want to accomplish? You know, it's something to think about. We have the momentum on this movement already. What do we want after the Koreans have already apologized? For me personally, I want Koreans and people of the world to know more about the Philippines and about Filipino people. So that's what I've been trying to do with this channel here, I guess, and we'll continue doing more of. So what about you? What will you do? Please comment it down below so that we can share our perspectives, get ideas from each other, and really bring about change. And let's just, as a whole world, stop being racist and discriminating against other people. Come on, we can do better, all of us. Open up your minds, open up your hearts to other people and other cultures. Think before you say something on the internet and to other people, you know, because they can affect, your words have an effect on others. So let's just be more kind and spread more love and positivity to others. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. I know this video topic was kind of heavy, but I will leave you with this week's comment shout out.